Hi, my name's Ben, and I'm quitting my job, selling my house, and starting a new business. Yeah. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ben, and this is Hivecraft. And like I said, I'm selling my house, selling our old house. I'm currently in my new house. I'm quitting my job. I've put my notice in August. On August 1st, I'm going to be stepping down to part-time. I'm going from full-time as a shipping supervisor, the manager, and I'll be stepping down to part-time 2 days a week. And I'm starting a business, a beekeeping business called Curry Hee Honey. So there's a lot going on, and yeah, it's a lot going on. So what led me to get to the point that I'm at right now? Because I'm like a lot of you, probably, obviously as an adult man, a father and a husband, I'm probably at a spot that a lot of men are that are in their late 20s, 30s, even early 40s, maybe late 40s. But I'm like a lot of you. I'm entrepreneurial mindseted, if I said that right. And I've become much more over the last 6 months. Now, over the last few years, I've toyed around with different things. I had another YouTube channel that I had started called Primal Truths that I no longer upload. I haven't uploaded to it in 2 years or something, so don't go subscribe because there's nothing over there. But that was a much different channel. And over the last year, and especially over the last 6 months, since me and my wife decided to sell our house in November of last year, I've really thrown my mind, heart, and soul into the idea of becoming a business owner. And that's because I am kind of sick of where I'm at in life, like a lot of you. Now, when I mean sick where I'm at in life, I've got this drive that I discovered that a lot of you have, where you go to your 9 to 5 and you're just disgruntled. And I don't mean like a disgruntled employee from like a manager perspective. Like you go to Walmart and you see disgruntled employees and they're like in the bread aisle and they're stocking loaves of bread and they just kind of have that glazed look where they hate their lives. Not that. Maybe I should say you're unfulfilled would be a better way to say that. Where you go to your 9 to 5, you perform, you work hard, you're a good employee, possibly in management, upper management, who knows where you're at, and you have a skill set that you've created and you've really earned and learned over the last few years, and you've come to the point where you go, man, I've been at this job or I've been at multiple jobs and I've done it for years and I just feel like I'm not content. And you go, well, maybe another job, well, maybe another career, well, let me try something else. But I think the problem is that with a lot of you, if that's where you're at, you're like me, you realize that you're not looking to work for someone else. And like I'm saying, the place that I'm working at now, it's been fine. I've been there 4 years. I'm a manager. I work in shipping. I'm the shipping supervisor. I work at a company that sells honeybees and honeybee supplies. And I've done real well there. I've done great. I've made it much more efficient. We've standardized some of our shipping operations. It's been interesting. And it's something I never thought I would do before. I didn't have bees growing up. They weren't in my past. My family didn't have them. So they weren't really a part of my life. I actually took the job just because it was in town. And I was working a job where I had to travel to Atlanta every single week. And I wouldn't see my wife and my family. So this came and it was great. It was a blessing. But I've really gotten to the point where believe I'm beyond that, and not beyond that in an arrogant sense, like I'm above this job. No, my skill set and my desires have outgrown 9 to 5 work in general. So what I'm doing is I'm stepping out into the entrepreneur world, right? I'm going to start a business. I'm going to become a business owner. And with that, what I've decided to do, and me and my wife, is we decided to sell our old house. Now, it was a home that I grew up in that multiple family members lived in. It was a manufactured double-wide home on some property, so we've split that and we've still got the paperwork working. But we found a new house, an older house built in the 30s with 5 acres of land. We got an excellent deal on it. And it has buildings that I can use as workshops, especially the honey house. And it all just kind of fell into place. And me and my wife and me, we kind of just came to this understanding that we wanted more in life than most people. And we have the drive to get there, more drive than most people, because like I said in the beginning, the disgruntled employee, yes, some people are disgruntled at their jobs, but that's all they are. They're entitled. They have an entitlement mentality. They go, I'm better than this. I'm worth more. I could be more. But you typically can't. Typically, wherever you are in life, that's where you deserve to be. Not all the time, but unless you're going to get out there and improve and educate and learn and better yourself and find new skills and sacrifice. You have to put yourself out there. I mean, I put my notice into my job, and it's been a great job. I've been there 4 years, and my boss is, he's been gracious to let me stay on, and I told him, I'll be done December, early January, and there's reasons for that. I'll tell you in a sec. And I said, I'm going to drop down to 2 days a week, and I'm dropping down from the manager position to just a regular employee. So financially, it's going to be a big hit to me, and we just bought a new house. Now, my wife is currently in grad school. She has her practicum coming up in the fall, which is why I stepped down to part-time, 2 days a week. I'll be taking over our children, taking them to school, doing all the errands and things Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Thursday, I'll be working. She'll be working on her practicum, and then in the spring and in the summer, she has her internship. Luckily, she's been offered a job at the place she's interning. She'll be paid as an intern, but it's not going to be a whole lot. So it's a risk, and it's a risk that a lot of people will look at you, like at me in my situation, or they would look at you if you've done something similar or want to, and they'll go, what are you doing? What are you out of your mind? You have a job, you have a house, you're secure, just stay there. It's fine. Nobody likes their jobs. There's all these sayings like, well, you'll always work for somebody. You'll always have a boss, right? Just all these sayings. And then as I started looking at businessmen like Myron Golden and Ryan Pineda, and you kind of get in this world where you just start looking at business owners, and they start saying things like, why would you listen to people who haven't done what you're wanting to do? Don't take their advice. And it's not malicious advice, and sometimes it's just what people know. And so people will look at you like they look at me and go, you're nuts for giving this up. Why would you risk this much? Well, my answer is simple. I can always get a job. I could always get a 9-to-5. They're everywhere. And with my skill set, my ability, my hard work and drive, I know I could get another job, make close to, if not more than I make. So it's not a huge issue. I can make it. That's not the problem. But the problem is that if I don't do this, then I'll always look back at myself and go, why? Like, why are you giving up freedom and dreams and potential and a future for a little bit of security? It doesn't make sense. So the reason I made this channel is I want to bring you guys along with me. And there will be ups and downs. There'll be issues that I come up with. I'll run into things I wasn't expecting. There'll be wins and losses and, achievements, and who knows what's coming. There will be hard stuff coming. I've got a lot of things I have to think through, a lot of money that I have to decide what to do, how to parse it up. Gonna need more money. I'm gonna start looking into grants and looking at funding. I don't really want to do hard money. Fortunately, obviously I have hard money when we took out the mortgage on the house. I'll be fine. I'm gonna get there. And I know I'll get there. And I think some of you are just like me. You're just a guy, right? You go, well, you're on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I'm on YouTube. It's just a video. I'm talking to a phone, right? Like, I get it. And yeah, I do have some practice with my old channel, but it was not business related in any way, shape, or form. It wasn't like this. It was a channel centered on Christian theology, doctrine, and church history. It wasn't this. So this is new for me, but I think the thing that will separate you as a person who wants to create a business, and even if it's not a full-time business, it might be a side business, a side hustle, whatever you want to call it, secondary income, you're going to have to sacrifice and step out on a ledge somewhere. You're going to have to become uncomfortable. And I'm uncomfortable right now. I certainly am. I'm in a spot that not a lot of people are. And there's people who make a lot more money than me, they're more successful than me, but they still work for someone. And they will always do that. Dang, that's messing up my video. But you don't want to be that person. You don't want to always work for someone. Yes, you'll always have customers. Yes, there will always be issues. Yes, there will be other things that come up in your life and in your business and in your future and with all of your ventures, but you will hate yourself for having not ever done it. And if you're always waiting for the perfect time, the perfect situation, the money to always be there, for the infrastructure to exist, and for you to be comfortable, and for everybody to agree and go, we're with you, we concur, we're confident, that's just not going to happen. So welcome to the channel. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Do me a favor, and this is weird because I didn't do this a lot on my old channel, but I'm gonna do it now. That I'm a business owner, and YouTube is definitely a business, and I'm gonna treat it like such. Do me a favor and like and subscribe. And there's a couple of reasons, because obviously people talk a lot about the algorithm, right? Well, liking the button, subscribing to the channel, putting comments down below. And so if you could comment in the comments down below, that shows engagement. That means that my audience, which is you people that are watching, are actually going the extra step. You're interacting with me and my channel personally. And that makes YouTube go, oh, okay, well, we need to push his content more. So more people see it, more people interact with it, then more people see it, more people interact with it, right? And it gets more views and it gets pushed out, right? And that's part of the business. YouTube is definitely a business. It's part of my business. Part of a lot of people's businesses, right? It's what people used to do. They, billboards and newspaper ads and hard copies and hard copies. Yeah, hi. I went to college and graduated. Soft covers, hard covers, books, things like that, magazines, right? Advertisement. YouTube, it has advertisement. And the nice thing about YouTube is I believe right now, I think the last I heard was that once you get to the point where you can be monetized, any ad revenue that YouTube makes off of your channel, they split with you. I believe 55% goes to the creator and 45% goes to YouTube, I believe. And that's a pretty good split, especially with the platform and the voice that YouTube has. That's pretty decent. So out of $1,000 that YouTube makes on your videos, you're going to make 550 of that. Now, of course, there's other ways to do it. You can get in the partnership program, and there's AdSense and ad revenue and sponsorships and other things. I'm not there yet. We'll get there, but I'm not there yet. So let me go ahead and say the purpose of this channel first. The purpose of this channel is to document and show you guys what I'm doing so that you can do it as well, to be encouraged by what I'm doing. It's also for me to build my business. I want to make a community of people that are like-minded. I'm going to start a business selling honey primarily. So honey supplies. We'll see where that goes. I'm trying to feel out the market right now if we're going to do wholesale or retail. I got some shows and things lined up, things I'm going to do next year. I'm going to start buying honey as well. I'm going to be what's called a producer packer, so I'll produce some of my own, but I'll also buy from others and pack or repack under my label or their label. There's other ways, multiple ways you can do it in the honey industry. But I'm also going to parlay this into other things, hopefully. Hence the name Hivecraft, and that's another thing. If you're thinking about this from a business mindset, think about the future, because when I started my YouTube channel, I was like, okay, I'll just call it Curry Honey, because Curry Honey is going to be the name of my LLC. And I thought, well, it doesn't really parlay into other fields, because there's other things I want to get into. I'd like to get into real estate and marketing and other things in the future, and we'll see where that takes me. So I thought, well, Hivecraft, like, it's still bee related, but Hivecraft, kind of hive mind. You've probably heard the hive mind, Hivecraft. Hive kind of gives a sense of a group, right? And because it's not just going to be me, right? Like, yes, it will be my channel putting stuff out, but I don't give me millions of views, right? I don't give me 10,000 likes. I don't give me, 5,000 subscribers. I don't give me, the reason to walk out on stage and give a like. It's not just me. It's going to be a collective. It's going to be everybody. That's you guys. So I hope you're here for all of that. Do me a favor, and in the comments down below, if you are either where I'm at in life, let me know what you're doing, right? Let me know if you've quit your job or you're quitting your job. If you're ahead of me in life, right, and you've already started a business and founded it, maybe let me and everybody in the comments know what it was like, maybe some of the mistakes you'll see coming my way, like some of the things I need to look out for. And if you're behind me in life and you haven't started a business or you haven't done this yet, let me know what you want to do, where you would like to go. And then let's just encourage each other. All right, that's all I got for now, guys. We'll see you next time. Take care.